Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we are diving deep into a video from the Ditta Finance channel that's a total game changer. It's all about one of the touchiest subjects for any couple, money. But here's the twist. It argues that pretty much everything we've been taught about how to talk about money is just wrong. So let's break down the one conversation that they say could actually change everything for you. So the video kicks off with this really powerful question. I mean, think about it. What's that one conversation you and your partner kind of dance around, but you both know it's there? It's a huge pain point, right? And the video frames this not as some small disagreement, but as a silent killer of the trust and intimacy in a relationship. And right off the bat, they start flipping our expectations. The big, transformative conversation they're talking about, yeah, it has absolutely nothing to do with sitting down and hammering out a budget. It's not that talk. And it is definitely not about spreadsheets. The whole point Ditta Finance is making here is that when we focus on the numbers and the logistics, we are completely missing what's actually going on. In fact, that's why most of these money talks blow up in our faces. So if it's not about that, then what on earth is it about? This is really the heart of their philosophy. Ditta Finance basically says, look, we're the place where money stops being this cold, sterile thing and starts connecting with the messy, emotional, real parts of our lives and relationships. It's their promise to go way deeper than just the numbers on a screen.
Okay, so first up, let's explore what the video calls the wrong money conversation. This is all about why the talks we think we're supposed to be having are so often doomed from the start.
Okay, and this is where it gets really insightful. The video argues that we're basically having two completely different conversations at the exact same time. On the surface, we think we're fighting about spending habits, but underneath that, the real question one person is asking is, do I feel respected by you? We argue about savings goals, but what's really being said is, do you actually trust my decisions? It's this hidden emotional conversation that's causing all the damage. And that leads us straight into the core idea of the whole thing. Money is never just money, it's absolutely packed with deep, personal, emotional meaning. Now, this isn't just an idea they pulled out of thin air. The video makes it clear that its philosophy is heavily inspired by the work of Ken Honda, who wrote the global bestseller Happy Money, Happy Life. So this whole concept is grounded in a really well-established way of thinking about the psychology of money. And here's the central idea right here. Ken Honda's teaching is that money is basically just emotional energy. You know, all those feelings we have about it, the fear, the joy, the security, the guilt, they don't come from logic. They are baked into us from our past experiences, a lot of the time starting way back in our childhood. So if all our old conversations about budgets and spreadsheets are wrong, what's the right one? The video builds up to this one pivotal moment where it reveals the single question that can unlock everything. And there it is. So simple, right? But it's also incredibly deep. Not, how much do you have? Not, what's our 5-year plan? Just, what does money mean to you? It's a question that completely bypasses the numbers and goes straight to the heart of the matter. Because think about it. For you, money might mean security. It's a fortress against the chaos of the world. But for your partner, money might mean freedom, the ability to travel, to explore, to say yes to life. For other people, it can mean love or control, or even just basic survival. The video argues that it's the clash between these hidden, unconscious meanings that's the real source of all the conflict. And the magic is, once you truly understand your partner's answer to that question, the whole dynamic shifts. You stop operating from a place of blame and conflict, and you start moving toward connection and understanding. The video uses a simple chart to show just how powerful this shift is. You can see how before the talk you're down here in a zone of low understanding and high conflict. But after you have this one conversation, you move way up into this space of high understanding where you can actually start working together. And here's a perfect example of how the actual words you use start to change. An accusation like "you're so irresponsible with money" transforms into something like, "Okay, I see now why spending helps you feel alive." See the difference? It's not even about agreeing with them. It's just about finally getting the why behind what they do. So what does this get you? Well, the video boils it down to these 3 massive shifts. First, all that blame you've been throwing around, it turns into genuine understanding. Second, that need to control the situation, it melts away and turns into trust. And finally, all that fear you both have, it turns into a real partnership. Of course, knowing the right question to ask is one thing, but how do you actually do it without it turning into another fight? Don't worry, the video gives super practical, actionable steps on how to have this conversation successfully. The process is actually really simple. First, you've got to pick a calm moment. Seriously, not in the middle of an argument about a credit card bill. Second, you each take turns answering 3 specific questions. And third, and listen, this is the hardest part, but it's the most important, the other person's only job is to listen. That's it. No interrupting, no trying to fix them, and definitely no defending yourself. Just listen. And these are the 3 prompts the video gives you. They're genius because they're designed to gently uncover each person's emotional money story. You talk about your current feelings, your past experiences growing up, and your fears for the future. This is the stuff that really matters, the raw data of your financial relationship. And honestly, if you take one thing away from this whole breakdown, let it be this. The Ditta Finance video argues that we are drowning in financial advice, but we are absolutely starved for financial understanding of ourselves and of our partners. Once you have that understanding, all the other advice just kind of falls into place. The video leaves us with this beautiful quote from Ken Honda, which just wraps everything up perfectly. It's a reminder that money isn't something to hoard or fight over. It's an energy, a flow. And that flow works best when it's moving through a relationship filled with trust, openness, and real emotional clarity. And naturally, the Ditta Finance video ends by asking its community for support. They ask viewers who found this helpful to like the video, subscribe to their channel for more, and, most importantly, to share it with someone you care about, because these are conversations that really are worth spreading. Which brings us right back to where we started. After hearing all this, what do you think? Is it possible? Could one simple, honest conversation about what money truly means to you and your partner actually change everything? It's a really powerful thought to leave you with.